Welcome to the Gloves Are Off Overtime Edition. I'm Moses Woldu, and we got a great show for you. No Brian Wilson beards involved, however.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I know you're trying.
November's coming up, and I'm going to work on it now, and maybe by November I might have something.
We'll see what happens. Greg, of course, my co-host, thanks for joining us, my friend.
Thanks, Moses.
All right, and Chris McQuaid, you are the Rustlers, Lakeland Rustlers curling coach. I know you got an exciting season coming up.
You bet. Looking forward to it. We have our sights set on nationals in Sault Ste. Marie this year, so hopefully we can send a team or two there.
Should be fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, kudos to the Cincinnati Bengals defense in terms of what they did to Tom Brady. Of course, Brady and his offense could not get anything going, especially when they are in the red zone, only managing to pick up 2 field goals, losing the game 13-6. So Brady's consecutive touchdowns, or game streak anyways, was broken from at 52. So Drew Brees will still hold on to that for time being with 54. But I want to get to Tom Brady, because is this loss, to me, it seems like it's very significant. Because if you look at what Peyton Manning and the offense of the Denver Broncos are doing right now with the former weapons that Brady has, I'm talking about, of course, number 83 with Wes Welker, and the amazing job he's done, do you feel that Brady and the organization of the Patriots really need to say, you know what, I need to get another receiver, I need to get another slot, I need somebody to help this team offensively because we're not getting anything done?
You know what? Credits to him. He's done it with smoke and mirrors to start the season.
He's frustrated. He showed himself on Thursday night when he was taking on the Jets.
He's done a tremendous job, and you knew this day was going to come, and it did on the weekend. You knew that if he has no offensive weapons, what the heck is he going to do? And for some reason, he was able to find a way to win, and it just finally caught up with him.
Yeah, I think they do have some good weapons for the future, like Dobson and Tompkins, but they're young right now, and I don't know why they would get rid of guys like Welker or even Woodhead with such good weapons. Woodhead was great out of the backfield.
And they were veterans. In my opinion, they were veterans and guys who could help them groom, because you always had a player. It didn't matter when they made the transition with receivers or running backs. They always had a player that was in to help them, groom them, and they'll eventually take and succeed. They don't have that now. They have receivers who are rookies who have shown bright spots but have made easy drops, which shouldn't happen, especially in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then you have a running game that is non-existent and a frustrated quarterback. Don't you think if you're Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, saying, you know what, maybe we got to pick up a guy in the trade or see if there's someone on free agent. I'm not saying bring Randy Moss back, but I'm just saying do something.
Well, and it's after the fact now, though, too. You should have realized this going into the season. And if your responsibility is to try to field the best team that you can, they didn't do their job. And it's put a lot of pressure on the quarterback position there when you have no weapons.
I want to get to this. Oakland Athletics, the way they've played, especially against Detroit, I didn't think they were going to become this successful. But AL Championship Series team potentially. What do you guys think of Oakland, and where does the credit lie for that success for that organization?
That's a great young team. They're fun to watch, and for all the Moneyball fans out there, definitely I think you got to give Billy Beane some credit. He's building a great team with some in-house young pitching and some great bats, and yeah, definitely. I mean, tip of the hat to him. His system's obviously working, and that's a good competitive team.
You know what? It's fun to watch a team, doesn't matter what sport it is, that comes together and has a similar goal throughout the whole dressing room, and that's what the A's have done. You know, they have a team that is completely bought in. Are they the most skilled team out there? No. Are they the most highest priced team and buying a team? No. Boston's payroll compared to Oakland is not even comparable. So it's going to be Oakland, Boston, and the ALCS. I'm picking the A's and the Dodgers in the World Series.
That'd be very interesting to see an original California matchup. Haven't seen that since what, the 90s? 89?
Yes, San Francisco and Oakland, yeah.
That's right. Hey, I want to get to this. Now, Drake, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, Tim Lewicki, the CEO, had Drake as his front man. He is a rapper.
Oh, see, I'm an old guy. I don't know that
there
stuff.
You go. Well, let's put it this way in layman's terms. Drake to the Raptors is the equivalent of you for the, let's say, for the Bandits. There we go. You and the Bandits. Very high-profiled, someone who could shine a light on them and maybe make them a global brand. Maybe I'm saying, it might be global, a little extreme.
Maybe to L curve and back.
There you go. Yeah. Well, that's global around these parts, I'll tell you that much. But Drake was brought in as a guy to help the Toronto Raptors reform. He can't play, but his stature, what he has in terms of an entertainer, a guy who could bring in and globally change the Raptors' face. Is this a smart move by Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment for doing such a thing to bring in a rapper who might fizzle out in a few years?
Yeah, I guess if Drake's willing to do it, I mean, then you can take a chance. But I think ultimately it's just a distraction. The only way they're going to bring attention to that team is finally put together a winner and show some results on the court.
You know, they're going the right way. This guy's a big household name across North America right now, right around the world. And if rapping doesn't work out, he can go back to Degrassi High. But it's a great idea for the Raptors, and I like the focus they're doing. But yeah, when it comes to bottom line, they have to win. If you win, then everything's going to come together. If you still suck and you have a rapper that's going to promote it, it's not going to work.
Yeah, very quickly, the Cleveland Browns 3-2, definitely a surprise this year. Can you tell me, can they have the same success without Brian Hoyer and Brandon Whedon behind center?
I think that's going to come down to Whedon sustaining some drives. I've never been a big Whedon believer, but that defense is obviously the strength of the team. And if they're going to continue to have success, Whedon's going to need to get rid of those boom or bust drives and sustain some drives and keep that defense fresh. And if he can do that, there's no reason we can't still be in some games.
He's a two-sport athlete.
You can tell he's a Browns fan.
Well, I'll say this.
How do we get a Cleveland Browns question?
I'll say this. He's a two-sport athlete who has the mentality of a pitcher in a game, football, that relies on quick movements, quick judgment, and getting the ball released. It's like he's waiting 20 seconds to throw the ball, shaking off the catcher, and then throwing a high heat, which ends up going through the hands of receivers and getting picked the other way. But can the Browns still sustain the success with a quarterback like Whedon? Their defense has been pretty solid, but offensively.
You know what, the miracle thing for a lot of these teams, it doesn't matter, they always change the skill set of the quarterback. And you see the offenses go around the skill set of the quarterback. So if they have the skill set of the quarterback fit into their offense, yeah, they'll be successful.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Greg, as always, and Chris, for you taking the time to meet us here. Of course, Lakeland Rustlers getting ready for the season, starting up in November for curling, and it should be a great one. And thank you for joining us on the Overtime Edition. Tune in every Tuesday night, 7:30 on CITL. In the meantime, we'll see you in 7 days.